Good morning. Today I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Gavin Ward and Alex Crossland. They are our co-chairs representing the SPE and PSGB for our Carbon Capture and Storage Conference. Can we have a little chat about what's important about this conference and why you should attend?
So carbon capture, utilisation and storage is seen as a hugely important piece of the puzzle to helping reduce carbon emissions and therefore combat the climate emergency. And we're following on from the extremely successful and well-received conference that was held last year.
Gavin, why should we be repeating this conference, and again, why is it so important?
It's become very obvious to me that certainly the decarbonisation of the industrial clusters is something that is fundamental to the whole process, as Alex has referred to. And in the upstream industry, our sort of reservoirs and the aquifers are part of that solution. And it's something that the industrial clusters don't know about. So we need to understand it ourselves first so we can help in that communication and part of that transition.
And when's this conference taking place and where is it taking place?
It's a virtual conference. We're very aware of our own impact on the environment. In the upstream industry, we're looking at all sorts of scopes of emissions. We're running in February between the 21st and the 24th. It's open to a global audience, and we've had submissions in the past from as far as North America, around the globe to Australia.
And Alex, coming to you, we've got our call for abstracts is out at the minute. Can you give any indication what our themes are this year?
Yeah, so the call for abstracts is now open, so please go ahead, submit your abstracts either for a longer presentation, or we're also looking for short tech bites as well. 4 key themes really. So the first one being policy, regulations and business models. Finance is going to be hugely important in making this happen. Then wells, of course, the SPE and the PSGB. We're technical organisations, technical societies, so making wells to inject CO2, we've got a lot of expertise there, but it's going to be different for injecting CO2 compared to producing hydrocarbons. And then the next thing, choosing storage locations. Again, we've got a huge amount of experience in reservoirs, but it's going to be a little bit different in our requirements potentially for storing CO2 for long term. And then operations and infrastructure, we're looking to capture lessons on existing facilities that are already operating, any lessons there, so how they're being operated, long-term monitoring, and also transportation, enhanced oil recovery perhaps as well. But these themes, they're not exclusive, so we're also looking for anything else that people may think is of interest or of relevance. Perhaps something, say, like novel materials, utilization of CO2, of course, or use of CO2 for geothermal perhaps as well, is an interesting consideration. So everything and anything to do with carbon capture, utilization and storage ultimately, although we do have the 4 key themes that we're focusing on.
Brilliant. And then back to you, Gavin. Sponsorship, I believe that we've got Harbour Energy and Baker Hughes that are our prime sponsors for this event. We're open for more sponsorship if any companies looking to build their profile.
Yes, we have all sorts of sponsorship packages available. We're obviously hugely grateful to Baker Hughes and Harbour Energy for their sponsorship, but there's plenty of space on the backdrop for many more logos and names. And of course, for those companies that are interested in it, it gives access to the speeches, to the presentations, to the people there, and just the generation and discussion of ideas around carbon capture, utilization and storage during the conference.
Important to mention perhaps with regard to sponsorship that PSGB and SPE are both not-for-profit organisations, So any surplus we do make is put back into our activities, and particularly things such as our outreach programs to schools in particular and the local community more broadly.
We recommend people get their abstracts submitted, get involved, get sponsoring, and we look forward to seeing everybody in February.